Welcome to episode 91 of Discourse in Magic with Felix Bodden. Now, if you don't know who he is, it means you do not spend enough time on Instagram. He is one of the most viral magicians because of the impossible videos that he is posting. If you're interested in those videos and how that sort of catapulted his magic, how he uses it to get noticed, and how he even used it to get noticed on Penn and Teller Fool Us, then you will love this episode. Here it is, episode 91 with Felix Bodden. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Discourse in Magic. My name is Jonah.
My name is Tyler.
And we are here with a very special guest. You have definitely seen one of his many, many Instagram videos that fool the pants out of magicians. You very likely saw his act on Fool Us, and we are so excited to dive into his hashtag I hate camera tricks magic. Here we are with Felix Bodden. How are you doing today?
Hello, woohoo! I'm excited.
We are
it's good
very
to be
excited
with you guys.
We're super excited to chat with you and excited to talk a little bit about the incredible stuff that you're doing online and offline in the world of magic.
Oh, thank you. That's so kind for you to say. I mean, it means a lot.
Yeah, let's as we always do, let's start at the beginning and talk about how you got into magic. So how did you get your start into learning about magic, and sort of where has that taken you in your life?
Okay, my English is not perfect, so if you guys don't understand something, you can say, oh, what do you mean? It's fine. Okay, basically, I was like 8 years old, more or less. That was in 2001 when the first Harry Potter movie came out. Oh, man, when I saw that movie, I was blown away. I thought to myself, that's what I want to do. I want to do Wingardium Leviosa and make something float. So I grab a stick from a plant from my mother, and I close myself in my room, and I started doing all the spells, and it didn't work. So as a kid, I got frustrated because I was like, oh man, I want to do it. I don't have the magic, looks like. So after a few months, my mom got to see me doing that. She found me doing it, talking to myself, and she thought, man, my kid is going crazy or something is happening here. And she decided to give me a kit, a magic kit. I remember it was called Magia Borras, which is a magic kit from Spain. They still sell it nowadays, so if you guys want to take a look at it, they're very simple tricks, as we know. But at that moment, when I opened the box, I was so disappointed because what I found was instructions. It wasn't magic. So I was expecting to see some fairy dust or something alike. And I was very disappointed. I was sad. So it was till the next day when I tried to do one of those tricks that was in the magic kit to my friends and the teachers, and they put the same face I had when I was watching Harry Potter. So I thought to myself, man, we need to sacrifice the fact to see magic again to make others see it. So it's like one time I said. So yeah, that's basically my story. After that, it was growing and growing, and basically that's where I am right now, doing magic every day.
That is a very, very unique story, because everybody else, I feel like we've never heard a story of someone who is inspired by, magic in pop culture, and magic on like a movie and stuff. And, I know I've had the feeling, you know the movie Matilda?
Of course, man. It was one of my favorites. It's still.
Exactly. And it was one of those movies, I know for me, where I watched it and I would lie in my bed and I would I remember this vividly, actually. I would try to squeeze my eyes and maybe get my door to close. And one night I squeezed my eyes and I opened my eyes and the light in the hallway went off. and I was going crazy. I was like, I did it. I just don't know how to focus my energy. I did it. Anyways, I found out the next day my parents turned the hall light off. But, I thought that I had done it, and I totally resonate with what you're saying about, being disappointed to know that all the magic that we feel is real isn't. And it's awesome that is what propelled you into actually doing it.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what I feel. I mean, when you start growing older, you see things so different and start to think logically. I don't know if that's a word, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. And that's the problem. We don't see magic so often. When you're a kid, everything is magical because you don't know how it works. So that's the thing. Not knowing something, it makes magic bigger. That's basically the big secret.
Mm-hmm. So how did learning from magic sets start to translate into what you do now? Mostly talking about what's going on online.
I really don't like magic sets, but that was the way I started. As I said before, I didn't like it when I received it, and I still don't like it. Why? Because it's like when you buy a toy. It is there. It is something that someone created. I like things when you don't have nothing at all, just the tools, and you create your own stuff. I don't know if I'm.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, that's perfect.
You guys got me? Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
I like more when you receive a book that you need to read it and imagine it in your mind and then make it reality. I mean, I don't like the fact of someone giving you the thing already made and to play with. That's basically what I don't like to buy stuff, magic stuff. Instead, if it's ideas, lecture notes, books, because it helps you to the creativity inside yourself to manifest. Because you need to imagine the things, to see it with your own mind, and that way you start putting yourself in the tricks. I mean, your persona, your personality. Sometimes you buy these DVDs when you see another guy who bought it, and he does it exactly the same way because that's how he learned it. And you become so lazy with magic, and you start doing the things exactly how the masters before you have done it. So it gets boring. That's how I think it is. I don't know how to say how to say more.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it makes sense, and it sort of explains where a lot of the originality comes from, that you don't want to be doing what everyone else is doing. And that's what, that's what inspires a lot of the virality in your content. That's why people are sharing it around, because it's new and it's interesting, and it's often things that you don't see presented in a way that other people do it.
Sure, I guess. The thing is, I don't think it's new, but I think it's a little different because it is the same tricks done with my personality. I mean, the little twists you see in the tricks, like the last one I uploaded was a rubber band through the finger. It is an old trick. It has been out forever, but I haven't seen it before done twice.
Right.
I don't know why nobody thought about that. Maybe they thought about doing it twice, but they didn't do nothing to make it.
Right.
I mean, like, it will look very good if you do it like twice through the finger. Yeah, it will look good, and that's it.
Anyways, and they went to sleep. Yeah.
Now you need to do something to make it happen, and that's how the great artists. Like I met this guy. Oh man, it's called William Seven. He's a magician from Brazil. He's gonna compete now next year on FISM, and you guys need to see his act. I went to his lecture where he explained all the act, and it is so beautiful how you think about the problem and then you find the solution. I mean, you need to imagine first the effect, make it happen in your mind how you want to make it look for the spectators, and then find the solution. It's so beautiful when you do it that way, because when you first have the secret and then you create the effect, it's like that's the basic method nowadays for the magicians. when they want to sell magic. They create a method for a trick. Oh, so ingenious, so creative. Now let me create an effect with it. Okay, that's good. It sucks, but now it's so ingenious. I'm gonna sell it, and all the magicians want to know the secret, but they won't use it.
Right.
They won't use it never because maybe the method is good, but it's boring, and that's the problem nowadays, or it's not practical. But yeah, that's basically the idea. I went a little over it.
That's awesome. So now that we're into sort of the Instagram magic, can you talk a little bit about this hashtag I hate camera tricks?
Well, actually, the hashtag it isn't mine. It's from Demian Aditya. He's from
we
Indonesia.
had him as well on the podcast. I thought it was yours, though.
yeah.
My apologies.
Oh no, it's okay. I wouldn't take the credit, but I use it a lot because
You can have it. Take the credit. You know what? You can have it, I think.
oh no, come on, Demian is such a nice guy.
I'm joking. He's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, he's freaking amazing, and he deserves it. I mean, the idea of doing magic which looks like camera tricks is awesome, but it's also a problem because a lot of people see Zach King, this guy who makes CGI effects and everything, like a magician. So it hurts the magic a little bit because when some people ask me, oh, I saw this guy on Instagram. He took a rubber skip and he made it become paper flowers. I don't know, without any cover at all. And man, I can't do it. I can't do that. How do you say that to a spectator who found you on a show? So it's a little tricky, but these hashtags help the people to understand that it's not a camera trick, even though it looks like it. So.
Absolutely. And I think it's awesome. And I think that it, when you watch the video, you think to yourself, is this a camera trick?
Yeah,
and then
I was
you
going to say, it really
hashtag,
does look like a camera trick.
Yeah, and you go like, wow, this isn't, like this must be really happening. One of my favorites of yours is with the folded or ripped up card in your mouth, like the Queen, and then you cover it with your hand, and then now it's still in your mouth, but it's put together. Or the one with the bag,
the plastic,
the
bag
Ziploc bag with the card in it, and then it's just like that. That could be a camera trick. It's not, but it could be, right? Like that's some Zach King level stuff. So I think that it's awesome that you're creating magic like that.
Thank you, man. I mean, I was talking also with Daniel Garcia about it, and he was praying about me like, oh man, this guy comes up with some crazy stuff. Yeah, but I said it's not practical for the real world. I mean, wait, so difficult to say world. Okay. But he told me something that I didn't think about before. He said like, it is like a new area for magic. I mean, no, a new area.
A new area. Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Like this Instagram magic is something apart. I mean, it works perfectly on video and sometimes in real life, but the method behind it is so, ingenious. I don't want to pray to myself because I'm in that group, but you need to see the work like from Demian. I saw a video where he took two cards and he started slicing one into another, like the woman.
Yeah.
I thought to myself, oh man, this is camera tricks, definitely. There's no way that's happening. I mean, I tried magnets. I tried different methods to create the same illusion and everything failed. And I talked to them, because I couldn't more. My curiosity was killing me. And he was so kind to show me the method behind it. And I was like, oh man, it's so creative. I mean, the process that you need to do to create an illusion like that is amazing. I really wish people knew how some tricks work so they see all the work that's behind it.
Yeah, because there's almost a sense of magic to the method, right? Like it's so grand. And I think my favorite response when someone says, how do you do that? Is I'll always say, if you think there's a way it could be done, but that was too ridiculous. It was probably that thing. We probably took those steps.
Yeah. Also talking about that and the methods, just a little parenthesis. I don't know how to say that in English. Luis Piedrahita has, he's a magician from Spain. He has a little segment on El Hormiguero, which is a TV show from Spain also, which is showing the secrets of some illusions that he creates. That's so interesting, and it flows your imagination while watching it. So if you have the time, check it out on YouTube, El Hormiguero, Luis Piedrahita. And he has some clips on there, which helps a lot. Very creative stuff. So, yeah.
That's awesome. And yeah, you know, some of the time, especially for us, for us magicians, the method is more exciting than the trick. You know, when we're young, maybe it's like you're talking about that Harry Potter moment where the fact of there being magic is the impossible thing. But, you know, now that we are inside of magic, it ends up being the other way around. You know, it's often so much more interesting to us to know the crazy thing that the magician had to go through in order to accomplish what they're doing. Sometimes that's the exciting part.
That's correct. I mean, it's been a while since I was fooled by a trick.
Yeah.
Because once you have a lot of years doing magic, you've seen a lot. And it's hard to see something new, like it captivates you. Like, oh man, how was that done? Maybe I didn't see something. It's hard to find something like that nowadays. So even now on Instagram, where you see all these clips of magic, 10 seconds video where you see something totally impossible, and you know it is possible somehow, but you don't know how. The last trick, just to mention one, which fools me really, really hard, was a trick by Card Shark, Christian Shank. Oh man, it was beautiful. It's coming out soon. I shouldn't say this because it's a promotion for him. But anyway, it's called the Destiny Deck. He showed it to David Copperfield and he loved it. So I was like, oh man, if David Copperfield wants this, let me see it. So I was fooled by it. I don't want to say more, but I was freaking fooled. And it feels so good when you see a trick.
Yeah, you really have to cherish those moments. They're so far in between, right?
And when they show you the method, which is even simpler than you thought. And it's the beauty of the routine, the presentation, the story behind it. Because sometimes I do it, I have to admit it, because it works for me. On Instagram, I don't talk. I just put some music on the video to make it more commercial for people. And even the music is the one which are on the Billboard. I mean, the top 100 songs. Because if someone is listening to a song they like, they stay to watch the video, even for the song. So that was a little tip right there. Boom. I don't talk, but I should, because that's the power of some tricks, the presentation behind it. If you do it just like that, like these guys, Julius Dean, which I admire because he's a great, I don't know how to say this in English.
Content creator?
Well, yeah, content creator. That's not the word I was looking for, but anyways, these guys, which are big on social media, they don't talk. They just do the trick, the visual part, and boom, that's it. And it's good. It works for them, but it's not magic. I mean, you don't see magic. You just see some visual effect, and that's it. There's no connection with you. I believe the connection happens when the people react, and you see them reacting, and you get, oh man, if that guy reacted like that, it should be something really good. But that's it. The effect passes to another, I don't know how to say this, to another, it gets behind, it gets in the background. I mean,
the effect is less important than the reaction.
Exactly. That's what happens. Yeah, that was it.
That's awesome. So I wanted to ask you, when we're talking about Instagram content, there's a lot of people who are trying to do what you're doing. There's a lot of people who are trying to release and shoot their own magic for Instagram. What would you say? What's your advice for making good Instagram magic, maybe even viral Instagram magic?
Um, it's a tricky question because I don't use Instagram as I never thought about using Instagram as to get viral and people to see me like, wow, this guy is amazing. Look all the followers. That wasn't my purpose at all. Uh, I will tell you a little history behind it. I use Instagram because I saw the social media app. I didn't know how to use it. I asked to my sister, "What about this Instagram app? It looks kind of cool." And she told me, "Oh yeah, you should record some videos, some magic videos, so the family could see it." Oh yeah, that's sure. Let me do it. So I put my phone and I record a few color changes, and I upload it to Instagram. And somehow, Los Angeles found me and
Yeah.
he shared my video.
Yeah.
And after that, I got in. In what? In
Right.
the magic community of Instagram. Those
Right.
days we were like, I don't know, like 15 people, more or less. That was in 2013, 2014. And the support this guy gave me, Jeremy Griffith, and
Yep.
other guys as well. I don't want to say a lot of names because I'm going to miss one. And basically that gave me motivation to continue. But the real reason why I continue to upload videos on there was because I use Instagram as a like a agenda, like a portfolio of my ideas.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you have an idea at 3 a.m. You need to get up and you need to save it for the other day when you get up. And if you write a visual effect, is so difficult at 3 a.m. to write it. I mean, like you visualize a car vanishing in a plastic bag. To write the method, man, is kind of tricky. So what I did was to film myself doing the trick and then the method, and then I went to sleep again. And the other day, I watched the video and I say, "Oh, this is good. Let me try it out." And if I like the video, then I upload it to Instagram, and I have now the idea, the trick right there. So it allows me when some company calls me because they want to see some magic with their products. I have already all the ideas which I could apply to their products,
Wow.
and now I can say yes, of course I can do it, and I don't have to kill myself brainstorming about, oh, what can I do now with this kind of Pepsi? Oh man, it's so difficult. I don't know, and now I can because they give me a deadline of like 3 days to figure out a trick with their brand, and now I just have to flick my finger through my Instagram profile and find something there, and that's basically what it's meant for. But what
That's
happens?
a great idea,
Thank you.
using it as a catalog. It's so clever.
Exactly.
Yeah, because it keeps you uploading regularly, which gives your followers something, and it, as you just mentioned, benefits you in the way you just described.
For yourself, and if you need to come up with something, you can search through all the things that you've done.
If you're using Instagram to just share your ideas and have a catalog for yourself, do you worry? I know you don't expose methods, but do you worry about the oversharing of magic? What's your opinion on secret keeping and the digital age? Because there's a lot of debate going on in the community.
That's also a tricky question. I mean, there's a lot of debate, like you said, about it. I don't want to step on the comments of the giants in Magic.
Right.
But I mean, I like the way Magic is available to people right now because when I was starting learning, I had so many difficulties that right now I'm just glad that people could learn so easily. But of course, there's always a problem. There's always something bad about it. Um, People don't respect the magic as much these days because it's so easily accessible on the internet. I mean, I
Yeah.
remember doing a show these days when I did the Fire Wallet, and some guy over there told me like, "Oh, I saw these Chinese twins on Facebook, and it's just a
Yeah.
flicker on your wallet, and that's it." So the respect for doing any trick is getting lost even more. So I don't like this posting on public, um, because I'm seeing a lot of that because it gets views and people are using it. But I don't like it
Mhm.
at all. The only part I really support is these kind of tutorials like 52 cars, which are doing good because they are teaching you a little bit of the history behind the effects and the moves,
Yeah.
and you're
They give
learning.
you the resources to, take your learning further if you were so inclined.
Exactly. If you're gonna do it, at least do it right because you can stop
Mhm.
it. People are gonna still do it, at least for the views or getting famous. I don't know. Um,
Yeah.
but I was gonna say something else and I forgot about it. But yeah, that's basically it. Because if you go to YouTube and you put the name of the latest effects from these big companies, explanation reveal, you're gonna find an 8-year-old called I don't know, let me know, Jose,
Yeah, whatever.
saying, "Okay, so my name is Jose, and I'm gonna teach you the latest trick from illusionist. Okay, now prepare." And you're gonna learn something really bad, and the best part is you're gonna be happy because you learn it for free, and you're gonna perform it
Right.
all wrong. And you're gonna say, "Oh man, look at this new trick I found out from whatever," uh, and that's the issue right there. You're learning wrong. You're not learning the right way. So magic gets exposed, and then you also learning wrong and you're performing wrong, which performing wrong is equals to revealing magic. So that's
For
basically
sure.
True.
it.
That's true. That's very
For
true.
sure. Because other people, have they can often just learn how you're doing it just by watching you do it. So it's
Exactly.
just as bad. As a matter of fact, you become the one revealing it. So that's no good.
Yeah.
If you were to have advice for a young person who is trying to get in magic, particularly trying to, make videos online, because it really is a way to get found and get noticed online. Often, what you're saying, when a company reaches out to you, you can scroll through that, but also it's a way for people to find you. They discover you can be discovered by what you're putting up online. So, if there's someone young who's trying to, produce content online, what sort of advice would you give them?
um, do whatever you want to do, but try to not first try to be clean. I mean, if you're using your hands, please clean them. I've seen a lot of magicians with long nails and some dirt behind the nails, and it looks just gross. Try to be more
Mhm.
professional about it. Try to be also a nice dress. I also believe that you need to be dressed to impress, so that's really important. Also, you need to have charisma on the camera. Like if you're gonna talk or you're gonna look in the camera, try to do it like you're performing to someone for real. And also nowadays it works a lot if you want to get a lot of people. I don't do it. I should, but I don't. Try to incorporate people on your videos, real people, to see them react.
Right.
Um, if it's possible for you, if you're doing a show, try to get some videos of you performing and people clapping and everything, reacting, and upload it so people know you do shows. You don't only
Mhm.
upload videos to Instagram. That's it. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, because a lot of people tell me, oh my God, you do shows?" Of course, I do shows. This is my work.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
just to make sure people know, upload it. What else? If you're gonna use music, try to be copyright free. It sounds a little bit
Yeah.
silly,
Yeah.
but it happens to a lot of us, which you upload a video which is damn good and it gets down because of the copyright. Try to be original, or if you're gonna upload a trick which is from someone else, just ask or be polite and put a tag with his name, like credits to Tata, because it sucks when you get a lot of comments from important magicians, like I don't know, saying, "Oh, you my God, you're so creative! Wow, it's amazing! How can you be so original?" And actually, the idea is from someone else, so at least have the decency of saying thanks to Tata because this idea, blah blah blah. Because sometimes it hurts. I'm saying this because it happens to me a lot when I upload an idea, and that's the issue about the Instagram platform and social media in general. The people see something and instantly they act like it's theirs, because there's no way for you to grab their hand and say, "No, this is mine." They're gonna take it if they like it. So it happens a lot, and I can go even further. They also can take the ideas from you, and because we are magicians, we can figure out the secret, and we can sell it. I mean, if you can sell it faster than me, you're gonna get the credit, and then you get the debate. "Oh no, the trick is mine," blah blah blah, and I hate that. So that's the issue we have. But I don't know what else can I say. That's basically all day.
That's
guys.
incredible advice.
Yeah, those are all great pieces of advice.
Yeah. And particularly, you mixed advice about making it a good video with advice of just respect to the community. Instagram is a very confusing place for magicians. There's a lot of strange things going on. And like you said, you're talking about when you were starting to do it on Instagram, and it's like, you're talking like 2014, it's like 3 years ago, so it's all very new. So to get advice from somebody who is there and who's doing it and who is creating stuff, whether it's advice about how to act that is respectfully or how to make a great video, all of this material are things that people might not know, especially young people who are in this. So I think that's great advice.
Perfect. A little thing to add to that. I barely use business cards. Some people, some magicians disagree with me with this. I don't use it. I don't use it before because I think social media is already the business card that you need. Basically, all my shows comes from Instagram because people see me there. I put all the professional material, all my TV presentations, everything in there to let people know first that my account is active. If you enter someone's Instagram and you see the last picture or video was uploaded like a month ago, they won't contact you because they think you're not using the app. And secondly, it gets engagement if you start uploading more. I mean, try to upload as much as you can, obviously with a filter of the good stuff. Don't upload
quality.
What I do is on the history, I upload all the crappy things. I mean, the things I do in the day which are not important. And on my account, I upload the things that I believe magicians will like, the followers in general will like, and I want them to see. And lastly, one last advice before I forget it. It's not about the quantity of followers. It's about the people that you want them to follow you.
100%.
People which are important to you, like creators, owners of companies, agencies. That's where the business is. I mean, why would you want a 10-year-old which is oh man, I don't want to say this, it sounds awful. Can I say it or not?
Say it.
Okay, let me say it. It sounds awful, but it's the truth. You don't want a 10-year-old which loves doing card tricks, but it sucks right now, at least.
Right.
Watching you, it doesn't add anything to you professionally.
Right.
But in the case that the owner of, I don't know, Coca-Cola is watching you, man, it means a lot. You need to have your material to that level of professionalism. So that's basically what you need to do.
That's a great piece of advice. And just to relate, with Discourse and Magic, we've been going on for a long time and we're not massive. We're not that big, this podcast. But, every time I'm at like another convention or something like that, the right people, these incredible magicians come up and they say, oh, wow, I listened to this episode of the podcast. Or like, oh, wow, I love what you guys are doing on Instagram. Or, and, it always makes me happy, not just because people are seeing it, but because, everybody has the feeling where they look at the followers and they're like, oh, I wish it was bigger. What can I do for it to be more? What should I do to make it, reach the right people? And then to find out that it is reaching the right people. It's just not reaching a lot of the wrong people. I don't have, 8,000 of the wrong people paying attention. It's the 1,000 or 2,000, whatever, of the correct people. So I think that is a really good piece of advice, to not pay attention to how many followers you have, but who you have and what type of people your content is attracting.
Exactly. Also, it says a lot from your material. For instance, if the material you upload attracts a lot of men, you will see a lot of men following you. And if you want women to follow you, you need to change something. The same things happen in magic. I mean, if you want the real good magicians to follow you, the people you admire a lot, you need to upload material to that level. So that's basically it.
Of course.
Yeah.
So before we start wrapping up, I want to talk a little bit about two different things. The first is your Fool Us performance. I thought that it was absolutely fantastic, and I was just wondering what the whole experience was like for you. Can you walk us through that?
Sure. It was awesome. I mean, I don't have anything bad to say about the experience at all. The production crew that was behind everything was just lovely people. And Penn and Taylor was so kind also to the reaction from them was really nice because I'm sure they've seen a lot of magic. And the piece that I did on the show was inspired from Armando Lucero Empanada and from Aaron Fisher Search and Destroy. It was basically a variation of the two effects. And a lot of people ask me, oh man, why you do that trick? It's so simple to follow us. I mean, why? You have so much stuff, so visual tricks that you could do. You could fold them. The first time I went to this, when I received the email, I was so scared that I was going to say no. The problem is, the thing is that Wayne Haushin was the one who recommends me. He's a good friend, and I was like, oh man, if Wayne gave me this opportunity, I need to do it right. As I said at the beginning, my English is not very good, so I wanted to focus more on the presentation than on the trick. So I need to start writing what I was going to say because I didn't want to offend or say anything wrong. Because, in a different culture, something is fine, but when you get to another one and you say something, it could be a little disrespectful. So I didn't want that to happen. So I started researching and also writing my presentation for the trick. And also, since it was going to be my first experience in the show, I wanted to be sure the trick was going to go right. Because I didn't want to fail in a move or technique. So I didn't want to risk. That's the word. Even though I had a little fail in a moment, because I had to turn my back around because there was two monitors on the stage, and I didn't want to look when Allison was showing the card. So I turned around while she was doing the whisper thing, and people started saying on the comments on the video, oh, he turned around, he was searching for the car, blah, blah, blah. Of course not. I mean, I have already the card in the position I want, but when you turn around with the deck of cards in your hand, of course people are going to think, oh, he's doing something there. That's the problem, but at the end of the day, I was happy with the performance. I mean,
For sure. It was beautiful, and it was
thank you.
just awesome that you were able to be a part of it. And just to let it go a little bit full circle, that Wayne Houchin recommended you, obviously, by seeing some of the material that you have online, right? So for you to be able to reach things like Penn and Teller Fool Us with the incredible stuff that you're doing online is a testament to the quality of what that is as well.
Yes, thank you. Also, when I went to Fool Us, as I said, I don't know if the message got through. My purpose was not to fool them, was to get exposed to a big audience. So that's why I focus more on the presentation, because a lot of magicians go on the show and the trick is good, but it gets boring for the people there, because they are just focusing on fooling Penn and Teller. And sometimes tricks which are beautiful, like the last one I saw from the, oh man, let me see if I, Hector, in the last episode, Hector, you can search it, did a performance with the shadows and a ring, and it was so beautiful, but he didn't fool them. And that's the thing.
Right.
There are tricks which are so, I don't know, so poor in entertainment, and it fools them. So if you're going to the show or are thinking about casting for it, try to know exactly what do you want. You want to fool them, or do you want to entertain the audience? Whatever is more important to you, you need to choose.
100%. I think that's good advice for whoever can get on Fool Us. But I think that it's just good to keep in mind, when you have an opportunity to be on, TV or be on a a big event or something of that nature, you should think about what that means for the future. I know you're getting on a few more TV shows right now, and each time that you're on a public piece of television, you should ask yourself how that might benefit you in the future, and what of capturing that moment on TV, what's the best light that you can put yourself in.
Exactly. And also a little piece of advice in that matter, when you do something big, you need to let people know about it. So go to the newspapers, talk about it, let them know, talk with the producers of TV shows, of news, so people start talking about it. Because if you don't do nothing, no one will approach you to talk about it, and you need to let that out. So when I got home after the presentation, I went to a few programs to talk about it and everything. Because when people see you in another country doing something about your work, people get interested in you. So they will hire you just for the sake of the curiosity, because they want to see, why did they take you out of the country to do that? I want to see it. So you get interested from the people. So yeah, make sure people know about it.
That's an awesome piece of advice. Sometimes we do big, great things and nobody knows about it, or we post it on our Facebook and it reaches 1/10 of our friends, and we're like, there, I shared it.
You gotta learn the legwork, right?
Yeah, and to get it to really reach the right people and the right amount of people, you have to, maybe call some TV stations or news stations or newspapers or magazines or whatever, and put in a little bit of that work to make sure that something that deserves the credit and the exposure gets
exactly.
The last question that I wanted to ask is just to get an understanding. One of the very funny things about the podcast is, Tyler and I are based in Toronto, and one of the things that we learned while producing the podcast is the people that listen to this live all around the world in entirely different parts of the world. And there's somebody who I was even just messaging with who was telling me that he can't get tricks in his country, like he can't get access to the downloads. He can't get. So I'm always very intrigued now to how the magic scene is like everywhere around the world. So can you tell us a little bit about what the magic scene is like in the Dominican Republic?
Of course. I will sum it up in a sentence. It sucks. I mean, literally, there are like 10 good magicians in here. There are more that call themselves magicians, which are just people who know some tricks, and they try to get the food on the table, so they don't do it as they should do. So right now, if you want to buy a good pack of cards or at least some bicycles, you need to order online or you need to travel. That's the only way. Um,
Wow.
yeah, it's that strong. I mean, you don't have magic shops in here as well. I was talking about that on TV lately to see if someone with money wants to invest in here, at least placing a magic shop, because there is no way to learn magic aside from the internet. That was why I was saying I like it, but of course, there's always something wrong with it. Um, so yeah, that's basically the situation right now. We are few magicians, no place to go to buy magic or cards, and people is very religious here, so they don't know much about the art. So they confuse a lot magic with satanism or
Yeah.
stuff which isn't
Yeah.
right. So
Yeah, that mistake is made all over the world, and almost surprisingly so. I one time went to a gig where about 80% of the people were convinced I was the devil, and I was like, "Why did the event organizer hire me if she knows her friends and family are scared of magicians?" But anyway,
But I can definitely imagine that different places around the world, it's much more serious, and a lot of hearing that puts into perspective why you produce so much incredible material online instead of trying to run around and do it for people on the street or whatever, right? Like, it explains why you're not Julius Dean, because he's at a, I don't know which one, but he's at an American university campus, right, with like 500,000 people who are all there and like young, and they love magic, and no one believes in the devil, and like none of that. So it's very eye-opening to the type of magic you do. And I hope people at home who are listening to this, who don't live in parts of the world with thriving magic communities, take this to understand that you can sort of do incredible magic and reach amazing people from around the world through an Instagram account or a YouTube account or a blog or a Facebook page or whatever.
exactly. There are many ways to share the magic, so use them. They are there for a reason, right? So why not? You need to find a way to let your magic go all the ways, because if you stay local, I mean, you won't be able to make a living out of this. It's really hard. It takes some time, but once you get down what you want to do, when you want to present to the people, just start doing magic and you will get everywhere. I mean, magic has taken me to a lot of places, and it could also take you. So if you're listening to this, start doing magic, man, and just go for it.
That's awesome. What a beautiful piece of advice. Now we are arriving at the end of the episode where we have rapid fire questions. So we have a few questions. You can answer however quickly or slowly you like, but there are a few questions that we do at the end of every episode every time to see how different people feel. So the first is, every episode we have a question of the week. So you have a question that you can ask our audience. They love to answer questions. I know my count is roughly 1 million people listening to this right now. So what would you ask the magicians of the world one question and you want to hear their answer? It can be anything from something you want them to think about themselves and their magic, or it can be a question that you want to hear the answer to all of these magicians.
Why is visual magic so important nowadays? I think I would like to see the answers for that, because
That's a great question. Why is visual magic so important right now? I love that.
so this next section we call the Magic PSA, the Magic Public Service Announcement. So basically, you have the floor. You can deliver whatever message you want to our audience. So it could be advice on things they should do, or advice on things they shouldn't do, or anything in between.
okay. this is gonna sound a lot of cliche, but it is the truth. The way I think the things are. Uh, just be happy. Whatever you
I
do,
love it.
you need to love it. I mean, if you don't like what you're doing, it's gonna suck. Better go someone else and do another job, because if you're using magic as a way of living to make money, you need to be happy, because sometimes there's gonna be a moment where there's no work at all because people are not interested in magic shows. So you need to also save money for that moment.
Hmm.
Um, and there are gonna be rough times where you're gonna be tired of doing the same tricks and trading with people, because it isn't easy to trade with people. It is a pain in the ass sometimes. Sorry for the word, but it is the truth.
For sure.
There's there's a lot of kind of people in there in a shows, so you need to also know how to treat them. um, Learn to talk, do theater, I mean, study acting, and don't focus just in magic. I mean, magic is a lot of things. It's not just doing a trick and that's it. No, you need to know how to treat people, how to know the words that you're using, the psychology behind the effects, the way you interact. It's a lot of things together to create that moment.
For sure. I think that's a beautiful piece of advice. And especially, I like when you're saying, you have to be happy and you have to enjoy it. And there's two reasons why it resonates with me. The first is because, magic is so big that you can have any hand in magic that you like. If you want to be a creator, great. If you want to be a viral YouTube guy, great. If you want to be a performer, great. If you want to do all of them, sure. You want to script, sure. You want to direct shows, sure. There's so much in magic that there's room for you to find what you like. That's number one of how that really resonated and how it was true for me. And number two, and this I think is the most important, is if you don't love what you do and love putting in the work and putting in the hours, then somebody that does is going to work harder and do more.
Oh yeah.
You're going to lose out on all of your gigs to the person who actually does like doing this and actually enjoys every moment of it, right? So if you don't love it, you don't stand a chance. Like
That's the
really,
truth.
and I don't mean that negatively, but I mean like, if you don't like this, if you don't actually enjoy doing this, there's no way that you will make a career out of it. Or if you do, it will be a very, very sad career, obviously, because you won't like it. So I think that's it's a
Yeah.
beautiful piece of advice to enjoy it and to learn other things other than magic. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's basically a lot of work, a lot of work. Like you said, if you don't do it, someone else is gonna do it. So never expect for the motivation to appear, even without you wanting to do it. Do it. I mean, I know what I'm saying. Just do
100%.
it.
The last question in the rapid fire questions is not a question at all. As a matter of fact, it is a favorite part. Podcasts
It's also
are.
not the last question. We
What
forgot
are-
one.
Oh, yeah, you're right. We did forget one. The
Okay.
podcast is very long, and people are doing a ton of things while they're listening to the podcast. They might be walking their dog. They might be, driving to work. They might be walking. They might be washing dishes, whatever. And there might be some parts that they missed or maybe overlooked. So what this is each one of us, all three of us, go around and mention what our favorite part or most important part of this episode was. So for me, I was really, really excited about you talking about using Instagram as a way to document what you're doing. And that for every video that we see, there's another video of you recording how it works for you, so that you have that for yourself. And that's such a beautiful insight as to why you're using it and how you're using it, and then how that turns up to benefit you when a company calls and wants you to do something specific. So for me, that was
Yeah.
my favorite part. Tyler, what about for you?
I really I loved your intro to magic story. I love the idea that you were so captivated by Harry Potter that you went home and just tried it for yourself. I had similar experiences, fighting my couch after a kung fu movie and things of that nature. And I actually got into magic because of two
Perfect.
movies about magicians. So just sort of how film can inspire, people to take the plunge and really start learning about this art form. Felix, what was your favorite part?
Um, Actually, meeting you guys. I mean, it's so awesome
Oh,
how
wow.
magic can connect a lot of people without being in the same place. I mean,
Mhm.
you guys
Yeah.
are. I don't know how many meters away from me, and even though w- I believe that magic creates such connections, like you end up being a friend with someone without knowing their past or anything. It doesn't matter. Uh, we're just friends now because of it,
Mhm.
and I believe that's the beauty of it. That was my favorite part. So yeah.
Aw. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And for us, it's half the reason why we do this podcast is to, reach incredible magicians and chat with them and to be honest, make friends with them. It really changes the world for us because where some magicians make it into the world of magic by creating the newest, coolest effects in the world. That's not what I'm good at, but instead, I'm really good, I think, at talking a lot, or rather, interviewing people and finding the important parts. And that has allowed me to make connections with incredible magicians from around the world. So I totally, totally agree with that. And on that exact same layer of magicians meeting magicians, meeting magicians, is our final question and segment, which is the endless chain. So we want this podcast to go on for forever, basically. So the way to do that is to have each magician recommend to us another magician that we should have on the podcast. So who do you think that we should have on the podcast that would have incredible ideas and perspective on magic?
Oh wow.
Oh, and they have to
Oh wow.
speak English. Sorry, but I'm sorry. They have to. Even a little bit. Even a
if,
little bit is fine.
if not, they need to learn it. Like I
Perfect.
Exactly.
did.
Exactly.
um, oh wow, that. You know what I'm gonna say? That's a tricky question. um, I met some incredible magicians recently. I'm trying to think about one in a special because I would like to know the thinking behind his magic. You already have Shin Lim here, I'm pretty sure.
Well, we
Um,
don't. I've reached out to him a bunch of times, but to make a long story short, his mother answers his emails, and she's very tired of me reaching out. So if you've got a contact, that's a true story. I
sure,
didn't make that up. If you have a contact with him, then that would be a fantastic person to bring on.
sure, I can talk with him. So yeah, I would love to see Shin Lim talking about his way of thinking in magic because he's so young in magic. I believe he has like 5 years doing magic, more or less. So it's
Yeah.
not a lot of time, and even though he's a big name in magic right now, and we know why because he's damn
Of
good.
course.
Yeah.
So
And he's
I would
doing a lot
love
of
to
new
know.
stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think that is a great person to have on the podcast. I know that we've tried, but with the help of you, we can absolutely do it. So, with that,
Perfect.
Felix, I want to give you a big, huge thank you for coming to
Uh,
join us on the podcast. And
It was a pleasure.
if people have not, which they absolutely should, they should go follow you on Instagram. It's just Felix Bodden on Instagram. And it's incredible magic. It's very fun to watch. It always makes my jaw drop, and it is really, really, really cool. And on that note, the last section, which we keep forgetting with other guests, but we remember with you,
Good.
is do you have anything to plug? Is there anything that you would like to share with the world? Anywhere that you want magicians to go? Obviously, I already got the Instagram covered. I know you've released some products. Where should they go to buy some of your stuff or get a hold of what you're doing?
Well, right now I have like three effects available on the market. So if you want to take a look at them, feel free. The first one is Cortana, which is a card reveal, uh, which is pretty visual. It
Oh,
was
yes, it
born.
is. I saw
It was born basically because I wanted to do a card reveal for a video, and I didn't know how to do it. So I was using Melt by Matthew Johnson. And I didn't like the way it looked on video, so I started playing with that gimmick, and Cortana was born. And if you want to know a little insight about the name, Cortana is known as the Sword of Mercy. So I like to choose the name because since the card is going through the bill like a sword, and when you take it out, the Mercy, because there's no hole in the bill. So yeah, that was basically why the name is Cortana. Also, in a flash, which is a transpo effect of two cards.
So visual too.
Yeah, it happens in a flash.
Yeah.
That sounds so silly. So yeah, basically two cards becomes one. You can use it in a lot of ways. I like to use it as a transpo. So yeah, take a look at it if you like visual magic. And also, there is a small tutorial which I released on the Wire a lot of
wow.
4 years ago, of Attraction, which is the name I gave to my variation of the effect I did on Fulos. It costs around like $5, more or less. It's a simple variation of the effect where the entire deck ends up in order. So yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
So,
Well, that is fantastic, and I think everybody should go check out exactly what you're doing. And one more time, I want to give you a big, huge thank you for joining us on this episode. It was very special and very interesting to learn about all of what you're doing.
oh, thanks to you guys. I mean, the pleasure was all mine. And you have a new friend here in the Dominican Republic. So,
Well,
yeah,
fantastic. The next time I'm there, I'm giving you a call.
perfect.
I mean that. Okay, thank you so much. And of course, I want to give a big, huge thank you to the people at home who are listening. This is proof once again that you can work on magic for about an hour and not learn any tricks. Instead, you can learn about the other stuff. You can learn about theory. You can learn about, what's going on in the magic world, and all of that without sticking your pinky in the back of a deck. So thank you guys so much. Big, huge thank you to you, Felix, one more time. And to everybody, we will see you all next Thursday. Thank you so much for tuning into episode 91 with Felix Bodden. Once again, I'd love to send you a quick reminder to head over to our Instagram page, instagram.com/discourseandmagic. We've got some audio clips and even some viewer-submitted questions that I'd love to hear your thoughts on as well. Head over to discourseandmagic.com and sign up for the newsletter. You can get exclusive content that you cannot get anywhere else. And of course, most of all, you'll get my love. Thank you so much, and see you next Thursday.